been told that time will heal all our wounds and our sorrows too. No more clouds, no more rain. I need sun to ease my pain. Before this night is over, I will guide you home. All this time you thought we'd never pay the price. In the game of love, you have to roll the dice. My heart got 7 years to life. 7 years to life. All this time you thought we'd never pay the price.
On correctly.
Hopefully. Hi, everyone. Happy Tuesday.
Hello.
The tech guy's in the flesh. You get to see his face. This doesn't feel like real life, does it? He just swiped one of our products that we're going to be using. And because you swiped it, now you're in trouble and they're tart.
Yeah.
We're going to be making something with raspberries tonight. And they're not exactly in season in Oregon. In fact, you got these. Just grocery store raspberries.
Just regular grocery store.
Yeah,
So
so-
they're probably from Costa Rica
I know.
or something.
Yeah, they're a little on the tart side, but it will be delicious. It'll give our dessert some sort of leveling up.
Right.
We have our little Valentine assortment of my books that I think they're Valentine's-y just because of the covers, red and pink and purple.
Right.
But Bake, Borrow, and Steal just came out a few weeks ago, and I have extra copies. So I was thinking, because I've been working on copy edits for Donut Disturb, which is book 15 that comes out in June. And I have had puns in my head all day when I've been back in a punny book. And I was thinking it would be fun. I didn't tell you this exactly.
Oh, no.
To give away a few tonight.
Oh, okay.
Why not? Some signed copies. So here's what I'm thinking, because I love a good pun. And it's Valentine's Day, and why not? Almost. If you want a signed copy of Bake, Borrow, and Steal, in the comments, say, wait for it,
Oh, geez. Here we go.
Bake my day.
Bake my day.
Bake my day. And then we'll just choose a few random winners.
I got to get
What
my
do you think?
randomizer going.
I know. Sorry. I like to spring it on him. How is everyone tonight?
That's okay. I have a surprise for you in a minute.
Oh, no. What kind of a surprise? I'm scared.
We'll get to that in a minute.
Oh, great. Okay. How is everyone tonight? Happy Tuesday. We're going to bake I actually pre-baked it because it's a little, I wish we could show you. I need to take a picture of the other side of the setup. It's a lot to set up with both of us and with you running the live. So I pre-baked and pre-made some of the ingredients, but we're going to assemble one of my favorite Valentine's desserts together in a little while. Hello, everybody. Hi, Nancy.
Come here.
Hi, Amy.
Oh.
Hi, Karen. Oh, of course. Of course. She knows. It's like the second the camera comes on, she has to be on, right?
This trifle might have some cat hair in it.
It could have a little cat hair, but that's like a bonus, right?
Yeah.
That's all good. She likes to be a cat in the kitchen, and she's been sneezy lately. She has a vet appointment tomorrow to go get checked to see if she has some sort of seasonal allergy or if she has some upper respiratory virus. She has to go in, you called the vet, into quarantine, right? Just in case she has kitty COVID or something.
COVID.
Hopefully not. We're all boosted
Shouldn't
here.
even joke,
So
but yeah.
no, you'll be fine. But she definitely has been wanting some screen time for sure. I know. She's so cute, isn't she? We love her so much. So my question is, what do you do for Valentine's Day yourself? I would say the tech guy and I it's never really been a giant holiday for us. Would you agree?
No,
Yeah.
it hasn't. No, well, I mean, part of that is because we have so many holidays right at the end of December
Yes,
for us.
we have a
Like
plethora.
Christmas, my birthday, our anniversary, it's just all right there.
Yep.
And so Valentine's Day has always seemed just like
It's in the mix.
a couple weeks later.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
So we don't do anything major. We're not like giant Valentine gift givers, but we usually would like make something for dinner, like make a special dinner. Sky Guy would be invited. So, you know, I would definitely make something like this for a Valentine dessert. 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We've had this for Valentine's Day.
We have had this for Valentine's
Versions
Day.
of it, I should say.
Versions of this. Okay, so without further ado, let's get to the assembly of our dessert. And then, yeah, if you want a copy of Bake Bar and Seal, you got to hit us up. I can't really see so many of the comments because normally the screen is right in front of me, but it's far away. So you'll have to like tell me
if anybody has questions for you.
If anybody has questions. This is one of my ultimate favorite.
Marty says cat hair is a condiment.
It's a condiment, right, Marty? Yeah, yum. It's always like that nice.
It's like keeps flying around in front of me.
I think it's funny when I'm writing Bake Shop because
it's literally everywhere. Yeah.
When I wrote Meet Your Baker and turned it into my editor, I had Jules and the team at Torte. I had them all wearing what you see in real bakeries, you know, like the hair nets and everything. And my editor was like, you know, this is still supposed to be like really sweet and cozy and I think that takes away the coziness. So let's pretend like there's never hair in anything. But yeah, it's pretty funny because like Jules would never wear earrings or any kind of jewelry, really, for the most part, for that reason.
I read this. Lenny said we're buying a state park pass. I read that we were buying a state park. I was like, whoa, that's a big Valentine's Day present. That'd be great.
That's a perfect Valentine's Day present. Yay! And then you can go. We've been talking a lot about trying to do like some sort of national park tour where we would hit a lot of them up. Maybe not all of them, but we'd do a road trip.
We had many Valentines like Jennifer too.
Order takeout, bake in a movie with our 4-year-old. Oh yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Papa Murphy's they used to make the heart pizza.
Heart
Remember
pizza.
that was so
Yes.
sweet? Yeah. That's kind of our jam too, Jennifer. I'm curious though if anybody does something like super elaborate. Okay, but anyway, so this Valentine Trifle is super easy. You could do it with any kind of cake, really. You could do a vanilla cake, a lemon, a strawberry, chocolate, whatever your poison is, as Lance would say. I think for Valentine's Day, red velvet is perfect because it's red and it's hearts. Mm-hmm. And this really does have a nice balance of the slight chocolateiness, chocolate flavor, I'll go there, in the red velvet cake, but then like a hint of sweet with a custard, and then we're going to add raspberries and some homemade whipped cream, and it's just going to be perfection. Okay, so to start, I pre-made, I don't know if you can see this. Are you going to go to the overhead camera then too?
See that? Yeah.
Yeah.
There
I
you go.
pre-made the red velvet cake, and the tech guy did the cutting this time.
Do this one.
Oh, that's
so
good. The tech guy did the cutting. So with the trifle, if you've never made one before, they're super easy and fun. You're just going to layer cake on the bottom. The whole idea is to get it all mashed together. Now, if I were doing this, I would just kind of put all of the cake layers on the bottom and not worry so much about how great it looked. But because the tech guy has this tendency to be very exacting in his approach to cooking or baking, I feel like our squares are perfect. And you also came up with an idea to, shall we say, level up our trifle by cutting out the cake in the shape of little hearts. And I'm going to let you demonstrate that part in a minute. If you're doing this at home and you've never made a trifle before, I really recommend that you use a sheet pan, like bake the cake on a cookie sheet, just spray it really well, because you'll get a much thinner layer, which is a lot easier to work with. Okay, so we're just gonna layer all of this in the bottom. You wanna do your job of the hearts now?
Oh yeah. So I cut these out, and I thought we could stand them up sideways so the bottom layer would have.
Of course.
We'll see if it works.
We'll see if it works.
See if
It's
it
going to
works.
work. I like the concept of it. It's super cute. So then you could have little Valentine hearts in there.
Of course, this crystal bowl has shapes in the glass.
Yeah,
so.
but that's part of the fun.
Okay.
And the best part of a trifle too is you just get to build. Have people made trifles before? I'm super curious if you all are trifle fans. They're very British, which, perfect, is exactly what I think
There you go.
Jules would bake for
Are we gonna need more of these?
Carlos. I am going to need more of those,
Okay,
yeah.
I'll grab some real quick.
Jules and Carlos would absolutely be down with the trifle. Lance would probably also be a big fan of the trifle. Bake my day. They're coming at you. They're coming at you.
Here you go.
Okay, thanks. Can you give me the whipped cream next?
Oh yeah. This
Okay.
one?
Yep. So the tech guy also was like, "Hey, do you need a rubber band on the top?" No. Now you could just spread in whipped cream if you wanted, but if you wanted to take it to like a torte level, the next step is you're gonna pipe. It's coming out the top too.
That's why he asked about the rubber band.
You're gonna pipe a nice layer of whipped cream on the bottom, just like that, and fill it in all the way to the top of the hearts. And if you were smart, like the tech guy suggested, you might have considered putting a rubber band on. Oops, see. The tech guy should be doing this part because you get the real look of my messiness. Okay, I'm going to leave you to it while I go wipe off my hand.
What am I doing?
Talking.
Fixing it.
Well, you're doing your own thing. How's that?
Okay. Well, I actually have a few people here. Let me get over in this screen. Kate 6 Patrizio, I think is the last name. You've won a signed copy of Bake, Borrow, and Steal.
Woo!
Yeah, where's my applause? Yeah, there we go. And then Andrew S., who's actually over on YouTube, watching on YouTube, you have also won a signed copy of Bake, Borrow, and Steal.
Yay, Andrew!
Yay.
I'm sneaking behind
More
you.
applause.
More applause.
Okay, so if your name gets called, just go ahead and message us, or you,
Yeah.
actually, and with your mailing address. Don't put it in the comments unless you want a lot of cool stuff from weird people on the internet.
You might.
You never know what you'll get. And we will get those books out in the mail soon.
Yay. Okay, now I'm just smashing in a raspberry layer. So we've got our red velvet. Next, after that, we've got homemade whipped cream, which I infused with a little vanilla. And then we're going to add in all these raspberries. And you actually do kind of want to do a little pressing of the trifle because you have to fit all of those beautiful layers in. What are you thinking?
I'm just watching. That looks cool.
Okay, after that, then you're going to take another layer of the cake and add that in. And then we're going to top it.
And we're kind of pushing down. You said?
We're pushing down a little bit,
Okay.
not so hard that you're going to murder the cake. We don't want to murder the cake. We just want to give it a nice little love tap because
So it'll all gel together.
it's a Valentine trifle. Yeah, because then once you set it in the fridge, it's going to
Sync.
work its magic. Yeah.
Okay. Is that good enough?
Yeah, so close. We just want to cover all those on this side. Okay, next, can you hand me the custard?
Yes.
Custard me up.
Sure. Okay. There you go.
Lisa, what did you say? I just finished submitting my essay for an online class. Ah, that's awesome. I have no idea what I typed. Oh no. Well, I was like, oh yay, good. But you might want to know what you typed. Who needs to know? Okay. Next, I pre-made a vanilla bean custard. So I'm going to do the same thing and just pipe on a layer of that. It's going to be nice and thick and creamy.
Excellent.
And, if you're really fancy, you can go along the edge too so that you see each layer of the trifle. The problem is you don't actually get to eat this tonight because you got to save it till Valentine's Day, which is like a week. No,
What?
I'm kidding.
Oh.
It might be a little gross by then, so we'll have to indulge early.
Well, speaking of gross,
Yeah. Oh, wow. Do tell.
well, because I'm on the live, I had to come up with something that was more tech guyish in
Yeah.
terms of desserts. So I actually have a couple of things that I got for you to taste.
Oh,
tonight.
lovely.
So
Will you hand me the last whipped cream?
yes.
When you say gross, I don't feel good about that at all. Okay, then the last thing we're going to do is finish it off with more of the whipped cream layer, which again, you could just take a regular knife and spread on, or you could pipe this beauty just like this. And it's okay if it kind of layers up a little bit more, because we're going to finish the whole thing off with those beautiful tart raspberries.
And now I lost it. Somebody had, Colleen asked if you're giving out a recipe for this.
Oh yeah, Colleen, I can totally share this recipe. I can share my recipe for red velvet. Red velvet cake is in a book already. I don't remember what book, but I'll look it up. But I have a great recipe for red velvet cake if you want to do it with red velvet cake. You could cheat and do a cake mix, a red velvet cake mix, and level it up with adding some extra cocoa powder. And like red velvet does really well if you add a little touch of vinegar. That's always the secret, I think. And then any kind of homemade custard and whipped cream. So yes, for sure, we will have to share this out after the fact. Okay, does the tech guy approve of my
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
skills? Pretty good. See,
It smells good. I know how tart those things are, so it's going to be.
now you're worried.
From the side, it looks really cool. And did you say there was chocolate in this?
Well, red velvet is chocolate
It is
cake.
chocolate cake.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's because Cherry had asked that, I think. And then also, how long will it last in the fridge? How long does it sit in the fridge?
I like to have mine sit in the fridge for a couple hours just to sort of let everything mesh together. And then it'll last. You'll want to cover it, but it'll last for a few days easily. It becomes a pudding. If you're making a traditional English trifle, you'd also layer in like some alcohol, probably like some sherry or something delicious like that. But look at that beauty.
Don't drop it.
I should have brought a spoon so you could just dive in. But
Well, it's funny you mentioned alcohol.
oh no!
because-
Oh no!
and Valentine's
I don't
Day
know,
and
I don't.
dessert. Since we're talking dessert, here Melmac.
We're having a Valentine's dinner on Sunday, and I'm in charge of dessert, trying to decide between peach melbas and chocolate cake with cream cheese frosting and fresh raspberries. Oh, maybe you should do both, Mel. I mean, why not? It's Valentine's Day. A bit of both, like a peach melba to start it out, because that's kind of light, and then you go into the heavy chocolate cake. Yeah, I'm down with that.
So I found a couple of dessert beers.
We found some dessert beers.
Well, I had to. I mean, it's Valentine's. This is a Valentine's episode, so
This
what
is
goes
a gift
well
for
with
you.
dessert?
I'm already
Yeah.
coughing. This is going to be bad. Okay, all right.
First, I found a non-Valentine's Day one that
Okay.
I had to share with everybody because this is a brewery from Vancouver, Washington, where we used to live. So
Yes.
but I found C3PA. C3PA. For the Star Wars fans out there, come on. I mean,
Jamie.
I had to get it.
Where are you at?
C3PA. And instead of C3PO's wires and stuff, these are all hoses with keg connectors and everything hanging down. It's an amazing label. I have no idea what the beer tastes like, but
Could be
I can
terrible.
report back. I'll
Yeah,
report back. Yeah,
report back.
definitely. But-
Side note, is anyone watching Book of Boba? So good. And if you aren't watching Book of Boba, but you were a Mandalorian fan, I will just say, like, make sure you watch Book
you
of
need
Boba.
to watch Book of Boba.
That's all I
Yeah,
can say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
But
Okay.
enough stalling because I know you
Yeah,
don't want to taste
okay,
this.
I know.
So to go with this trifle, and
Dessert
a
beer.
few people were asking where chocolate comes in. I found Cocoa Cow
Cocoa Cow.
chocolate milk stout. This is
Okay.
by Sun River Brewing, like
Oh,
right up there.
I love
in
Sun River
So,
Brewing.
okay.
Okay. It's very beautiful. It looks like, you
Cocoa
know,
Cow.
high-end chocolate milk, but I know it's going to be beer.
So, well, you gotta try a little
Okay,
while,
yeah, for sure.
while we're here.
The thing is, dessert, anything.
Oh, it is chocolate.
A dessert drink is not usually my forte.
is really
That is
chocolatey.
very thick. You know, like I've never been into like a port or any. I don't tend to love the darker, heavier desserty beers. But I appreciate them. And because of writing Sloane Krause, I have learned to appreciate them. How's that?
Cherry Winston, can we get that in Texas?
That is like, you get chocolate right away. Like, there's no skimping on the chocolate. And you smell the chocolate.
Oh, that is really good,
It
though.
is. That would actually be great with this trifle.
Yeah.
You did well.
Actually,
honestly.
well done. Well, I did. I just bought it.
Yeah,
Sun River Brewing made it in Sun River, Oregon. No, I just threw a comment up. Cherry asked about the C3PA, if they can get that in Texas.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to guess that
Who makes that one?
Lewitt.
Yeah.
Lewitt Brewing Company, which is right in downtown Vancouver, Washington. I'm going to guess that their distribution doesn't go as far as Texas. It's unfortunately most of the big distribution companies are owned by the macro breweries like Anheuser-Busch and Miller Coors and everything, and so it's a lot harder and more expensive for microbreweries to get their beer outside their local regional areas. So. Which is actually something that goes back to the days of the mob. So,
Ooh, that needs to go in a Sloane book.
Yeah.
Jill, you love port with dessert. So does my sister. So does my dad. Like, I want to love it, but I want to taste another sip of the chocolate because that's really delicious.
Oh, yeah. Oh, really? You're going for more. So.
Well, no, just a sip. That's plenty. You don't have to pour me more. Oh, he's going all in on the pour.
Well, no, I'm gonna fill it so everybody can see the design on the pint glass.
Oh, yes, very nice.
Because you can't really see it.
Lynn, it would be delicious in a cake. You could totally do this in a chocolate cake. I love making a nice
Princess Leia
beer cake. Yeah, that's the Princess Leia. Can you see that? I wonder. Cheers to Leia. Yeah, this one is so, like, the chocolate, it smells like
a lot of people love
a chocolate bar.
Dessert. A lot of people.
Okay, all right, you all. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna learn to love it. I'm gonna learn to love it.
Oh, this is yeah.
Though I'm not a beer drinker, Colleen says, gave me a new appreciation. Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah, I know. I always say I don't feel like you have to be a beer drinker to enjoy the Sloane Krause books. But I do appreciate the craft as well. The cat is now behind me.
I was wondering why you're sitting on the edge.
I know. I don't get a seat now because the cat has taken it over. I love the idea of like all of the crafting that goes into beer. I'm so impressed by that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I said. It would be so great in a cake. Yes.
But would cake be great in a beer?
Would cake be great in a beer?
Well, since we're on that subject,
Oh no.
I don't
Can I have a
know
little
where
sip?
is this Imprint beer company is in Hatfield, Pennsylvania. So
Okay.
I know we have some Pennsylvania people on there. Unfortunately, since I have an American geography education, I don't know where Hatfield is. Is it near Pittsburgh? But anyway,
You are a Steelers fan.
I am a huge Steelers fan.
Throw that out there.
But the Imprint Beer Company made this whole series of beer, and I only got one because it's
because
a lot.
It's a lot.
But the series is called Smoogie Patisserie.
Okay.
And
Patisserie
it
beer.
is peach pecan cheesecake parfait. Peach pecan cheesecake parfait.
Wait, that's all in a beer?
It's yeah.
Peach
oh, you know what? I can go
pecan.
let's do this one. Can everybody see that better? Yeah.
Okay. That's a lot in a beer.
Yeah.
We've got pecans, we've got peaches, and we've got cheesecake.
Well, and from my brewing days, I know that you can actually you can use these implements to brew different things into beer.
No, there's a brewery that brewed with like full sheet cakes. You remember that?
Yeah.
Video? Somebody sent it to me. Now I'm not going to remember who.
Oh, wow. It actually smells like it.
The cat's interested.
Oh, yeah. Emmy. Old enough, Emmy.
So the question is, who likes dessert beer? Okay, we've got a lot of port. We've got port lovers, but now I'm curious if anyone is already a dessert beer lover. That is thick.
That is really thick. Oh, boy.
The cat is very interested in the smell.
Dessert in a glass. Yeah.
It smells like peaches. It smells like a peach pie. Which is a good thing.
President's of the United States of America song stuck in my head.
It is dessert in a glass. I get peaches and I get that nuttiness.
Oh, yeah. Joseph knows what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
The black and gold.
Oh, wow.
Is it good?
That is-
Wow, good or
No,
wow?
that is
Oh.
dessert in a glass. That tastes like you're drinking peach bourbon pecan cheesecake.
Oh, that is really good.
It's very sweet, I will say.
I didn't get a chance to look at the. Hatfield is in eastern Pennsylvania. Okay, so
all right.
yeah. So Joseph, anybody else in Pennsylvania? I would go there because
Yeah.
that.
Have you been, Joseph? That'd be a good question.
Yeah.
Maybe you know. And it's a whole series, you said, of like dessert beers?
The Market of Choice had like 3 of them.
Okay.
That was the sweetest one.
That's the sweetest one.
I don't know how much sugar. I mean,
It's schmoogey.
I would just these are beers that are made to be sipped.
Sipped
I would
and
not.
shared.
You would be wrecked if you had like 2 of these
Oh yeah.
or 3 of these in a night.
I don't
You'd
think I
be
could do.
wrecked
I
the
feel like
next
it's
day.
like I feel like
Yeah.
this is made for like a taste. You'd have like a little bit of your trifle, and then you'd have like a tasting glass of this. Not like anywhere even near a full pint for sure. Not even close.
It looks like oops. It does. It actually
like orange
actually
juice.
does look like orange juice. It has the consistency of orange juice. I don't know if it's a nitro beer
me-
because
let me
it's got.
Smell it
It
again.
has
I mean, the
real-
smell
I mean, look
is.
at the side of the glass. It's got like so much sediment
It's
on
like
the.
thick.
Yeah.
You could definitely bake with
Yeah.
that. This would be great if you could bake like you could. I'm thinking for Sloan, maybe you could saute the peaches in this because the smell of peaches is like
That would be good.
incredible when
Yeah.
you put it up to your nose. But yeah, it's thick. It's like a beer shake. And then it's just got like a little bit of tang. If you don't love beer, though,
Julie.
this is the beer for you.
Well, that's what she
I
said,
know.
yeah.
Julie, this is your beer. Honestly, like,
Yeah.
mhm.
Right. No, I mean that is.
It does not taste like beer. There's no like.
It actually looks like you're drinking orange juice because
It
again,
does.
it's
It's,
got
like,
like
so
I don't. You can't
pulpy.
really see, but it's like almost like pulp on the side of the glass from.
Yeah, it's thick,
That's pretty
sweet,
funny.
and very delicious.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, interesting. I wonder if you could also make some sort of like shandy out of that, or like a summer cocktail. That'd be like a
Oops.
good beer cocktail for sure.
I meant this one.
That would be Peaches
Foster.
Foster. Yeah, that's a
don't
great
know.
idea, Lynn. Yeah,
I don't
love
know
it.
That one.
What's that?
I don't know what Peaches Foster is.
Oh, it's a delicious like flambe dessert. So this is interesting that we got on to this topic because I'm writing more Sloans. I'm working on a novella. I think I shared just with our secret group the early look at the cover and the title last week, Hold On for Beer Life. It's going to be out this spring. But then I'm also working on another full-length mystery of Sloan that will come out later in the fall. And because, I just hit her on the nose, petting her, because previously with my publishing house, they were in hardcover, there were no recipes. And I can't tell you that there's not like usually a day that goes by where I don't get an email about a specific recipe from Sloan. So my idea for this new version of Sloan is that they're all going to have recipes now too. So
Applause.
sure, yeah. But no, I'm like thinking about some ideas for like a chocolate cake with that one and some sort of like peach dessert with the
Right.
other.
Well, and even if I mean, I fully understand and respect people who don't drink at all. And I mean, the cool thing about cooking with beer is that, or any alcohol for that matter, is that all the alcohol cooks off.
Right, you just get the flavor.
You get the flavor and the like consistent. Well, the consistency, like a really big consistency here.
That is.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen
Yeah.
a beer quite like that.
Right. No, I mean that's surprising, but surprisingly good for what I thought. I mean, I tried
Right.
to find one that was just going to be like,
Wow.
but
No, it's delicious.
they would both make great Valentine's beers.
They would make great Valentine's beers. Yes, absolutely. You could bake with them. You could drink them. You could share like a little sip with a trifle for Valentine's Day. Absolutely. No doubt about it.
People are happy about recipes.
Recipes for Sloan. It's happening. It's happening. My thought is I'm going to go back and find some of the most requested ones like Berlin bars, and there's one for citrus cupcakes and a citrus beer infused chicken early on. So So I'll include all of those, and then I'll do some new ones too. I can't wait.
Jan has got a great idea.
What's that? And crushed ice. You've got a smoothie. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I like Jan. That's a great. I'm going to try that right after this live.
Okay, like a spring summer smoothie, a beer smoothie.
I think actually start mixing drinks on social media, and like we might get into some trouble. But.
No, there's a pub, a whole series of pubs actually in the Portland, and then they've expanded out to like Southwest Washington and farther south into Oregon, and McMinimans for anybody who's local, and they do beer stout milkshakes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you can do like scoops of ice cream with like a chocolate stout over the top. So that's like full dessert if you if you've got a beer lover in your life and you want to surprise them for Valentine's Day, you could go all in with that.
I remember somebody actually mentioned that in a review of Death on Tap, the first Sloan book. Remember?
No.
The woman, she just went off about pubs would never serve dessert. Like,
I
like,
do remember that.
It was like, no, we actually have this stuff.
Yeah, I know. But I think that's always interesting because we all read from our own lens.
Yeah.
And I'm, as I said at the start, I'm working on copy edits for Donut Disturb right now. And the copy editor, I'm assuming, is in New York or somewhere back east.
This is great.
I came out and I told the tech guy, because I'm like, there's a scene where Jules is up in Lithia Park and she references the White Rabbit Trail, which there are all kinds of Alice in Wonderland trails that start in Lithia Park and then go forever. You can literally, from our house here in Ashland, you could start, connect to a trail and hike all the way to the top of Mount A without ever like being on a road. In any event, the copy editor's note on the side was like, this is not Lithia Park. I've included a nice map for you to reference. You got caught what?
Take a sneak in.
First a raspberry Liliane and then a sip of beer. Come on. Anyway, the copy editor included a map for me as well as like an extensive write-up of what the trail system was and where Lithia Park was. And then that turns into national parkland, and my comment back was like, I live here. Like, we walk, run, hike those trails all the time. But it is interesting because, if you're reading through a different lens and you're looking at a map, yeah, you might think like, oh, okay, this is really far away. Like, no, it's all part of Lithia Park. So there you have it.
Here's an interesting idea. Like, you want to do it?
Ooh, Trisha, don't tempt him. I would. I totally think it would be so fun. You would be better at making things look beautiful than I would be. So that would be good. But
it's the cookbook topic again.
I know.
The problem. So I will explain what the problem is.
Okay, you explain. Yes, please.
You would have done a cookbook a million times over.
I would.
But the problem is, and which is funny because I'm the one that always gets blamed for being a perfectionist.
Yes.
But you want the cookbook to be stunning.
Some of my favorite cozies have put out cookbooks, but the cookbooks then they're just like a version of this where you just get the recipes the way they are in the back.
But you want the
I don't want like just this. I want like
this.
a beautiful, I want like Great British Baking. Yes, this is what I want.
You want me to go?
Yeah, go the other way. Okay. This is what I want.
Flip it around.
Flip it. I want the Torte to look like that because I have such a clear picture in my head of what Torte looks like and how the bakes would be. And I want to have beautiful pictures of the real, and a chocolate babka. Let's make that. I want to have real pictures of Ashland mixed in and stuff like this. So that's my holdup. Next level. I could do a cookbook, tomorrow and just put it out. But I want it to be the real Torte because it's so funny because I just posted a picture of some of my favorite cookbooks. I have a cookbook problem, I will tell you, on Instagram earlier today because I have cookbooks in my office. We have cookbooks in the living room. We have cookbooks all over the kitchen. Sometimes I will read a cookbook as like bedtime reading, but I love things that are visually stunning. Like Su Yin, I don't know if Su Yin's still on. She is an incredible artist. So because I don't have that visual sense, I love having something that looks like that. I guess that's my long rant about it.
Yeah, there's
not a rant, but like dream. I'm putting it out there. Yeah. This is why God invented food stylists. Yes,
That's
exactly.
true,
It's true.
except
Lynn.
it costs a lot
Right,
too.
right.
So that is
That's the problem, yeah.
Well, and time. But
And time,
yeah.
also time. But yes,
Yeah.
like I'm not closing myself off to that. Like I can completely imagine one day. It's just a matter of when that is. Maybe when Sky Guy's off at college and we have more time on our hands too.
Whoa, that is coming up fast.
I know.
I promise
Yeah, no,
that.
we can't talk about
we
that.
would
Yeah.
maybe start
Yeah.
the project, start thinking about the project at that point.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Yeah. Karen Carter.
Karen!
Yeah, you get a signed copy.
Woo!
Uh,
Fake Barwins too.
yeah. So
There it is.
go ahead and message Ellie and yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. How do you feel about cookbooks? Like I have a variety of cookbooks in the cupboard back here that don't have pictures, that are all text.
I was just going to ask
Were you
that
gonna say
question.
that? Yeah.
Like I want to see in the comments. Do you like cookbooks with pictures or without pictures?
Yeah.
What is that one that we have?
We have a couple, like we have one from your grandmother.
The Mexico cookbook.
Oh, the Mexico
It's awesome,
cookbook.
but there's not a single picture.
Yeah.
It's huge and it's beautiful. I mean, I bought it because of the cover actually, but it has
And the
no
food,
pictures.
Yeah.
And I need to see if I'm doing it right.
Yeah. And I don't necessarily need a cook. I have some Pioneer Women cookbooks where she breaks it down photo by photo by photo, which is also nice, especially I think if you're not a cook. But I just want the aesthetic. I want a cookbook to be Torte in real life. That's what we got to go for.
Pictures is
Pictures, right?
definitely,
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Yes. Right. Thank you, Jennifer. I'm glad you agree.
Sure,
Yeah. 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 I know. So
Diane,
we know.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
Marie, says,
Marie, you're in the picture camp
Yeah.
too. I know.
Yeah, well, Sue Yin, there you go. She says.
Cookbooks need a lot of pictures. Yes. Okay. So maybe at some point we'll.
Yes,
coordinate.
and they do tell a story, and that's I love Jamie Oliver's cookbooks for that very reason because he has stories about everything, and it would not be the same without pictures.
No, and I feel like the Torte cookbook then would have Jules' story, and there'd be a Carlos thread and an Andy thread. Like there would be all
a Richard thread.
Ooh, no. No, I'm still working on a playlist for Richard after last week.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It would be something with like Velveeta cheese and I don't even know.
Everybody. Aaron, Chase.
Chase, okay.
Yeah.
Chase, oh my gosh. Chase, you came up with such a brilliant idea on the live last week.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we
good.
talked
That's
about this
great that you
after the
remember.
fact because with the novellas and the shorts, I'm only doing them in ebook form because they're only 75 pages. This new one that I'm working on, I think will be somewhere between 75 to 100 pages. And so that is just, again, talking about cost, that is really a barrier to putting it in paperback form because it's so expensive to print and make and then to buy, and as a reader, I don't want to buy something that's $12 and it's only 75 pages.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone to feel ripped off because I would feel that way as a reader. But Chase came up with the idea that once there are a few, I could release a paperback or some sort of, trade version of a collection of novellas, which I don't know how I never thought about that before, but I'm totally down with that idea.
Definitely.
Yeah, 100%. I love it.
Oh,
love it.
Rihanna.
I know, Rihanna, I've started it. I promise I've started it because I think it will be hilarious. When I finish it, I will share. It's so funny too, because some of the bad songs that I think for him are really catchy. And so then they've been in my head for the last few days. But it's such a great idea too. I love it.
Yeah, see, Cherry, I'm with Cherry on that. Without going back to the cookbooks without pictures, it's like, well, this looks kind of sad. Is it supposed to look that way? I don't know.
Right, and we have some professional chefs and bakers on our group. I don't know if Sharon's on tonight. Like Sharon, is a true baker. Sharon, I'm sure, would add sherry to her trifle, right? But if you're not a professional baker, just following something without any other sort of guide can be really intimidating and hard. So, yeah.
Cool.
What's that?
The
tech guy made that.
I made it.
Yeah, he did. Oh. Yeah. This is when I like to come in and pretend like Torte is real in my head. I'm working on recipes for Donut Disturb this next week, so I'll try to share a couple sneak peeks. But now that Sky Guy is back in school and not on Zoom. I have more time in the kitchen again, which is really fun. I miss that part because I think, again, from a writing perspective, there's something so tactile that really helps me get in that headspace, even if my trifle doesn't look, as beautiful as maybe Jules might. If I'm here in the kitchen and I'll play my Jules playlist, and I'll look at my little Torte board and I'll drink a coffee from my Torte mug, I can really center myself in that world and space, which is great.
Yeah.
And then get ready because you're going to be tasting some recipes in the next
The only
weeks.
thing I'll say about, and now I'm not going to be able to find it, but like this. Here, let me go to
Switch it.
something like this. The only thing that's bad,
Yeah.
at least in my opinion, about
Are you going to say something bad
cookbooks.
about Great British Bake Off?
no,
Be careful.
never. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? No,
Okay.
I love that show. The only thing that I find that's a little bad about beautiful cookbooks like this with pictures that are that professional, this goes back to Lynn talking about food stylists and everything, is that you get into a little Pinterest versus real life
that's true.
situation
Yeah.
because you can't. I mean, I know there are probably some people on here on the live right now that can do that. I can't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not my forte. And the problem is I see a picture like that and then I want to try to do that. And then I'm a little embarrassed with
That's
how
true,
they
right. So you
come
have
out.
to find the
So,
balance. But that's why
right.
I think the Torte cookbook would tell a bigger story. And you would have beautiful
Yeah.
pictures of Ashland that are real. And yeah. Yeah, that's a big segue. Sorry.
Yes,
I
it is
know.
a tough, yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
It's coming
It's
at
just,
you.
well,
Get ready.
yeah.
There's a lemon chiffon pie in your future.
It's a
That's all
lot-
I'm going to say.
It's a lot of running actually
Yeah.
to make up for it. Yeah,
It's true.
yeah. What, Sharon? Donut muffins.
Ooh, that'd be interesting. I might
Yeah.
have to hit you up for that recipe. I don't, ironically, have a donut recipe in this book that is titled Donut Disturb. And there's kind of a reason for that. Then I don't want to give anything away about the book. But yeah, I was thinking today when I was looking back through them that I might need a donut recipe. So
Ooh,
good thinking.
donut recipe.
Donut recipe.
Joseph.
I hate Pinterest. Mom's coming to the bakery wanting us to make a combo of 6 pictures.
no.
Yeah, I can
Oh,
only
no.
imagine. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
I saw this on Pinterest. Yeah.
You're like, I can't do it.
I imagine it working in a bakery that's probably similar to doctors when people come in and say, well, I Googled it and it
Yeah.
said, this, but yeah.
I don't play. I play a doctor on TV. Okay, so as a recap, I will share the trifle recipe. Get yourself some sort of delicious dessert beer if you're so inclined, and think about sharing it. You probably just need one.
I'll give you the names of these.
Okay,
Put
give me
them
the
in
names of
post.
those. Yeah, okay, fine. And if you won a copy of Bake, Borrow, and Steal, message me privately on Facebook, and I will sign a copy and send it out to you or whoever you want me to send it to. Maybe you have a Valentine or a Galentine you want me to send it to.
Yeah, if you're not on Facebook, you can go to the website and use the contact form to message the mailing address too. So.
Yeah, Andrew, thank you for baking my day. Go ahead, bake my day. I know it's so bad. Once I start with the puns, I can't stop.
Yeah,
it's a little crazy.
They keep coming.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun for you. Oh, speaking of fun, this has been great fun to see the tech guy's face, be in the kitchen together, taste some dessert beer, and we'll save the trifle for later.
Yeah, what do we got? We got coming up.
What do we got coming up? Okay, next week we're going to do bookish trivia. So I don't even know if you can prepare for this because it's going to be so bookish. But I'm already compiling a list of questions for you, and it should be fun. And there might be some prizes involved. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's always prizes involved.
And then on February 22nd, we're going to take you on a tour of the Lost Coast, the setting for my new standalone book. We were just down that way a few weeks ago and took so many pictures and videos that I just can't wait to share because it is such a stunning part of the world and the country.
It was also 70 degrees when we were
It
there.
was. It was like
beautiful.
spring in
Yeah,
January,
it
which was a little scary, but
yeah.
fun.
Oh, do you want to tell them where you're going in April?
Yes, in April. This is very exciting.
I know. I can't wait.
We're going back to Leavenworth. I'm going to be at a Book for All Seasons for Independent Bookstore Day, which is on, I think, April 30th, whatever that last Saturday of April is. And this is so exciting because it's a book event in real life and in Leavenworth. So there's going to be lots of fun up there, and we'll probably do a live from Leavenworth.
We're going to try to do a live from up there. Yeah.
Well, we have to. It has to be done. Yeah.
It's a lot of gear.
Yeah, I know. Maybe we won't take all the gear, but some of it.
Yeah.
Okay. So next week, Bookish Trivia with prizes. You don't really have to know anything. It's just for fun. I bet a lot of you will.
And
know.
it's not. It's books in general.
No, not my book. No. It's global.
I just want to
books.
make sure people don't like.
Yes.
There aren't going to be spoilers.
You don't need to. There's no spoilers. You don't need to cram anything. This is not Jules or Sloan or standalone specific. This is just for book lovers.
Just get your favorite dessert beer and show up to have fun.
Yeah.
And we'll do some trivia.
That's right. Exactly. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Well, Tech Guy, great job running the live and being on the live.
I know. I feel bad.
Feel?
Well, I feel bad because with our setup, like we've got, like everybody's right there,
I know.
but I'm having to do everything over here. Normally, I'm not having to look at anything else but you when you're like, no,
stop. What do you think you're doing? Usually that's what I do, obviously. So sure.
But hey, the mics are working, all the lights went, both cameras were working great tonight, I think. So I didn't see any comments from people saying that there was problems. So
that's good.
It's a win.
It's a win. We'll take it as a win.
Now we've got a huge dessert and a couple of great dessert beers to go with it.
Whew, it's going to be a night.
We should probably eat dinner first.
Yeah, probably. I think so. Okay, on that note, happy reading. Thanks for being with us, Evan. We will see you next week for Bookish Fun.
Thanks, everybody.